Good evening. My name is Josh McKoon. I'm the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, and I'm seeking re-election. I want to give a little historical context to where we are today. In 2018, Governor Kemp was elected to his first term by 45,000 votes. We all know what happened in 2020. In 2022, Herschel Walker lost the opportunity to represent us in the United States Senate in a runoff. Then 2024 came. You elected me your chairman in 2023. Within 3 months, my predecessor, David Schaefer, and 2 other presidential electors were indicted. And suddenly, the Georgia Republican Party not only had to fight a political war in the state of Georgia, but we had to fight a legal war in Fulton County on behalf of people, volunteers just like you, who stood up and said, I'm going to participate in a 23-minute meeting so that President Trump can get his day in court and present the evidence about the election being stolen. And for that, there was an attempt to take their freedom away. So that's what we were facing when I became your chairman. So what did we accomplish? In 2024, we elected President Trump in Georgia with a margin 3 times larger than Governor Kemp in 2018. And that was with Kamala Harris getting more votes than Joe Biden did in 2020. But we also elected 9 Republican members of Congress, including Congressman Brian Jack. That is the difference. That is the difference between an America First agenda going through the Congress and another sham impeachment against President Trump. We returned Republican majorities to the State House and State Senate. And you know this very well in the 3rd District because every county here did it, but over 130 of Georgia's 159 counties shifted to the right. And I'm here to tell you the Georgia Republican Party had a little something to do with that. We deployed the Trump Force 47 field program. If you dealt with a Trump Force 47 staffer, that person was a Georgia Republican Party employee. If you worked out of a Trump Force 47 office, you went to an office that was leased by the Georgia Republican Party. And that world-class field program focused on low propensity voters, not swing voters that might vote for Democrats, but people that we knew if we could dynamite them out of their couch and get them to the ballot, they were going to put it in for Donald J. Trump. And we were incredibly successful. Over 800,000 of the 4 million people who voted early in 2024 did not vote in the 2020 election. That's because of your good work with Trump Force 47. We had a world-class election integrity program. We retained and trained more volunteer attorneys than we've ever had before in our history. With your help, we recruited more poll watchers and covered more poll watching shifts than we ever had before in our history. We filed, intervened in, and won more election integrity lawsuits than ever before in the history of the Georgia Republican Party. And not only did we take the fight to the Democrats at the courthouse and in the precinct, we went to the State House in 2024 and passed 3 critical election integrity laws. Did a lot of different things, but here's just one thing we accomplished. We gave ballot access to left-wing parties to finally have a fair, level playing field, not just the libertarians taking votes away from us, but having votes on the left as well. Those 3 candidates took 40,000 votes that would have gone to Kamala Harris in an election decided by 115,000 votes. That's a big deal. And while we did all that, we raised over $3 million from our own donors, and we're getting stronger every day. Now, this election's pretty simple. We won the Super Bowl on November 5th. My opponent thinks winning by 3 is not enough. We should have won by 10. That's essentially the argument that's being made. But you don't fire the head coach that wins the Super Bowl. You give them the opportunity to have a repeat in 2026 when we fire California's 3rd Senator John Ossoff and return a Republican to the governor's mansion. So if you want to do that, When you go to Dalton in June, vote Joshua